Alright guys, today we're going to review Rupes' new UHS system. So their system is this is an all-in-one system for light paint correction to polish. It comes with UHS pads and there's special UHS polishing compound. So the pads are really interesting. They're very firm, almost like a cutting pad, but it's a real tight mesh, almost like a finishing pad, and they're really firm. So this supposedly works really well. It's a whole developed system, everything from the unit to the pad to the polishing compound. So I'm gonna go ahead and mount the pad. It is a firm pad. So this is on a Rupes 15. It's a nice unit. I like this unit. So here's the pad. So I'm going to start with 4 dots and kind of work that in on probably 3, maybe move up to 4 once I get my section done. And then once I run out of material, I'll probably only do 2, probably dime to nickel size circles on the pad. So I'll start with 4 and then I'll go to just 2. So I'll switch angles so you can see it on the car, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so got the Rupes all plugged in. Set to 3, and got my UHS compound all shaken up, and I'm going to prep this pad. So I'm going to do first time I'm going to do 4. I'm not going to, they say not to break in the Rupes pads, not to rub it in, so I'm just going to run with it like this. Just touch down in a couple areas so it doesn't splatter. And I'm on 3 right now. Take that up to 4. I'm really just kind of holding the machine level. I'm barely putting any pressure down at all, other than the weight of the machine. So polish is a lot different than wax. With polish, it never really dries like a wax does. You're not waiting for it to. You're not doing a touch to see if you pull clean. With the polish, it should pretty much stay wet. What I noticed in the first pass with this stuff is you can just keep working it. I mean, that was a pretty long section, and it's still wet. I mean, you could just keep working it. That's pretty nice about this. A stiff pad, it took a couple passes for it to kind of start to cover well. Maybe just a little bit of heat built up and kind of let it loosen up a little, or just, I mean, it's a virgin pad, so that might have something to do with it too. So I'm going to wipe this off and see what I think. Comes off really easy. Wow, that feels great. And I can actually see a gloss difference from the section that I just hit with the UHS and the section that is just a clean car. So that's really good. It's pretty promising. I'm gonna continue to do the hood, and we'll go from there. On my second application, I'm just going to do 2 dots. I did 4 to start. That's kind of not primed, just kind of prime the pad. This one I'm only going to do 2, and I'm going to do a pretty similar size area. I'm just going to do, I went up to about here, do from here down, another about the same size again. Back that down to 3 to start, and then I came up to 4. I might even go up a hair higher even. Just touching a couple sections, spread it around. Rub it all in. Before I get too far, I really don't want to hit the light. I'm going to tape the light real quick. This is just 3M automotive masking tape for painting and stuff like that. So I really don't want to hit the light, especially with a polishing compound. If it was a sealant or something like that, I wouldn't be using it on the Rupes, but I would seal the lights. I don't want to put, or maybe even put a wax on them, but I don't want to hit them with the polishing compound. So I'm gonna come over, just protect that corner a little bit more, and go from there. Some of you guys might be watching this and think that's overkill, but if the polishing compound gets on here, it's going to abrase the protective layer. Then they're going to fog a lot easier, and it's not going to be good. So I'm going to just pick up where I left off. I mean, it's still wet. Like I said, the stuff doesn't really dry. So in that regard, you can see there's still plenty of product on there. I'm just going to keep going. Turn up to 4. I'm gonna go 4.5. Now I don't have to worry about hitting the light getting down toward the end. That feels great, and that looks great. I'm going to do the whole hood, and then decide what I'm going to put on it. Alright, so I got the whole hood done with the Rupes UHS. I'm really happy with it. There's a couple things that are really noteworthy about it. It stays open forever. You can just keep working it and keep working it and keep working it. You can pretty much do as many passes as you want. And there's zero dust. That was something that was really nice. I mean, there was literally no dust at all. I had, when you get close to the edge, sometimes a little bit of the dust on the edge of the pad will start spraying off. I had none of that. And it comes off really easy. It's super, super easy to work with. One thing I will note is, so when you have body lines in the car like this, you never want to set the buffer right down on top of it. Or you come up to it and then I go down off of it. You never want to sit the middle of the buffer right on top of it. That's all, because then you got all the pressure on that one little tiny strip of an area, and you can burn through that paint. The only thing I really say about technique, but you can keep doing your section passes, kind of like a checkerboard. You you go horizontally, kind of work your way down, and then go vertically the other way. And this stuff was really, really easy to work with. I'll take some stills of the reflection. I mean, it's pretty substantial. Just for just to see, I'm gonna throw a Rupes finishing pad on with some of the SF 4000 and see if I see any difference over the UHS. I might see a hair, but I think it's gonna be hard to tell. So I'm gonna do that next, and I'll take some stills before and after to see if you see any difference. So I finished up the hood. I mean, I'm really, really happy with it. It looks good. I can't see any marks anywhere on it. I even hit it with the light. Went over every little spot. I mean, I can't see anything on it as far as paint that needs additional correction. It looks really good. So the UHS, the Rupes UHS with the Rupes UHS pad, they're a really good combo. It'll do probably 90% of everything you need to do. If you want to take it a step further, you can take it a step further. If you need something a little more aggressive, you probably wouldn't use this. This is for something that needs mild paint correction. But for a quick one step, I was really impressed. No dust. You can work it as long as you want. The Rupes is easy to use. It doesn't beat you up. It's a really nice machine. It's all in all really good system. I have to recommend it.